What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk some crypto breaking news, some major Bitcoin news as we look into what has happened post-China stimulus fallout. Have we lost our mojo? I'm going to break it all down for you guys in this video. If you're wondering what's going to happen with the entire crypto market, this is where we got to talk further. Before we do get into it, make sure you guys are all subscribed right here on the channel. Smash that like button and let's talk some crypto. So here you can see it. Let's look at China shining bright, and the crypto market was shining bright as well as we look at some of the price action, some of the big moves we saw on the charts. And now that has all kind of subsided a little bit, and I do want to get into kind of what's happening in the overall market. I was just looking at XRP a little bit ago, but Bitcoin right now up 1.7% on the day. The market is in the green. You can see it right here, guys. This is a very strong recovery. We had some fears, with the conflict going on in the Middle East. Pray for all those people involved, both parties. It's really something where you don't want to take a political stance on that. You can, religion is one thing, but they've been fighting this war for hundreds of years. So what it comes down to is money, and obviously crypto's money, and what we need to do is focus on what matters, and that is cryptocurrency. And unfortunately, we do have to look at a lot of the macro stuff going on worldwide and across the globe. And right now, a geopolitical conflict over in the Middle East is a big one, especially with all the weight and market cap that's tied in directly to what's happening in the Middle East within cryptocurrency. So that's where we're kind of at with all that. Just pray for humanity's sake that we do see some kind of resolution. I hate to see civilian casualties, but let's talk more so about this China fallout. As we look at the top 100, you can see some of the big movers in the market for the day. You can look at some of the big coins. WorldCoin is one of them moving that we talk about. Monero, Lido DAO, Pepe's having a big day. We can go into Ordi, as well as Ondo, BNB, Chainlink, all big movers, up at least 2% as we're currently recording. But here's where we need to get into the bull discussion, because China's stimulus appears to look to that 2015 cycle, according to BCA research. The housing market bust limits China's ability to generate bullish credit impulses. Now, that credit impulse is a structural downtrend that we saw peaking at 25% in 2008. Now, China unveiling that raft of stimulus measures that's noted in this piece. This has been the biggest since 2008. So we've seen a big boom in Chinese stocks as well as risk assets worldwide, and most notably it has been Bitcoin. So we did see a lot of crypto continue to surge, and with that alongside the Fed rate cuts in the presidential election, as well as Bitcoin looking to press all-time highs, these have been bullish catalysts. Now, like I said, the kind of downtrend here is the macro stance within what's happening in the Middle East. If we did follow the kind of a route that we saw within the Ukraine-Russia conflict when that originated, it's still going on, but crypto's booming. Bitcoin hit all-time highs, but we did have a very, very fearful market for a short period of time immediately following the beginning of that ensuing. So this is something where we see a little further where the risk assets out there may not have legs, as China's stimulus has fallen short of generating that bullish credit impulses, kind of like we talked about. It did so in 2015 and 2008, and that's kind of where a credit impulse, we can talk a little bit further for that. That's where they use credit on loans and debt instruments, such as a percentage of the GDP. And that's kind of where we look at a leading indicator of economic growth and risk on rally worldwide. Okay, so right now it peaked at 15.5 trillion won during the last major bullish easing cycle in 2015. That was about 15% of the GDP. And since then, Chinese stocks representing by the CSI 300 more than doubled in a 6-month time period, and Bitcoin found a bottom near $100, turning higher for a 2-year bull run that peaked nearly at $20,000 in December of 2017. So why does this all matter? Okay, why does this all matter? Well, here it is, guys. The Asian markets have been kind of a sleeping giant when it comes to cryptocurrency. With regulation aside, we can look at the Asian market being ginormous, and having that capital just being surged into and injected into the crypto market, that's what takes us into multiple more trillions, right? Right now, we're about a $2 trillion crypto industry. If we get more so into China and Asia, that's where you see this become a multi-trillion-dollar increase, I believe, where we could get 3-4 trillion in increase. So since then, China's economy has doubled in GDP. But since then, we need to talk about the impulse. That credit impulse was less than 5 trillion yuan. So to match the 2015 episode, we would need an amplitude 5 times greater than the most recent peak. and that was what BCA Research said in a note to clients on October 2nd. Okay, so that's kind of what's going on. China's housing boom was in full swing in 2020, 2000 to 2020. So we had 2 decades of that housing boom. And now what we have to look into is kind of an alternative to produce the use of this credit at the same magnitude. And within this credit impulses, it's going to be kind of tough to do so within the likes of cryptocurrency. So all in all, it seems to be that this stimulus from China could have been just short-lived. We'll see what happens, but I think that crypto is turning bullish even without this. So when we look at the crypto bubbles, we look at the overall market caps, we look at other cryptocurrencies moving, does it really matter? Okay, that's the big question, because I think that we can do it without China, we can do it without the Asian markets, but with them aside, if we get some positive regulation in the United States, that's something that speaks to be very bullish for the future of crypto, not just the United States, but worldwide. And that's kind of where we're looking into my 9-month window. Obviously not financial advice, just my kind of guess, my prediction, if you will, for the Q4 months of 2024 and Q1, 2 of 2025. So that's what I'll leave you with. Let me know down below in the comments. Do you think that the China stimulus is over? Do you think it's going to have a significant impact on the cryptocurrency market as a whole? I want to know your thoughts down below in the comments. Please feel free to drop me a line. Also, on your way out, make sure you guys are all subscribed to the channel. Smash that like button, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.